Alright, welcome back to Mars. This is Shadow Drake. So I've had a chance to go mining and stuff, and believe it or not, I've actually printed out the harm suit for this guy. Kind of an ironic type thing, or a weird thing. So the reason I wanted to check out something, because the harm suit doesn't allow any of the breathable gases into the waste tank for pressure. I wanted to see how well this works for a Zrilin, who constantly, who basically needs fuel to breathe. And strangely enough, it works really well. So I kind of see the small irony. In a human, I'm wearing a harm suit in Vulcan just to survive the heat. And in Mars, as a Srillan, I'm wearing a harm suit so that I don't explode myself with my waste tank. It's weird. Very weird. And so, because of that, I'm kind of navigating this with the difficulty of, I need a computer. I'm navigating this I have the slowness that's added to this difficulty, just so that I don't deal with the waste tank constantly blowing up, even though I don't really need the harm suit for anything other than that. So I guess I picked the right race and the right world to need the harm suit, and then on the other side of thing, I picked the right, or it's needed by necessity. It's weird. Now, this has actually been going pretty well with this thing. The GFG is 2 kilowatts, and I might need to actually check back on that logic at some point because it's actually emptying out more than it should. And it's slightly concerning. Okay, so data is on the left, power is going to be on the right. So what I'm going to focus on this time is I'm going to focus on getting the trading up because I want to I want to get the actual trader down so that I can actually do stuff with it. So this is gonna be a really awkward location. So yeah, putting a computer back here behind the furnace. I'm gonna move all of this stuff eventually, I swear. It's just right now I have nothing better to do other than get stuff in weird places. Yeah, it's going crazy again. Alright, so what's the goal here? So now that I got resources going, I want to get the trader operational so that I can actually buy better seeds, so that I can actually have a better hydration or, more foods and all that fun stuff. So let's see what we got available to me. Interstellar Inhalants, that's a gas trader. Nebula Necessities, I believe that's a convenience store trader. So this isn't where the rework has happened yet. So yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna try to get the trader operational to a 5x5, and then just kind of work with that. So one, two, And this is kind of showing, in a sense, if you're following me along due to starting your stationeer journey, wanted an easier world, wanted to see how it is with the easier world, we're kind of at that point right now where it's like, okay, if you got to roughly the same points that I have, where you essentially have food growing, your water is stable. Now it's just a matter of what do you want to do. I have this weird thing that GFG is not getting above 2 kilowatts, so I really do feel like I misprogrammed something there. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now landing pads do need a bottom, and I do want to potentially not have them go through exhaust. 2, 3, 4, and then this. Honestly, setting up a trader is the easy part. Let's just do. Let's just be a little bit creative with my pad. It really doesn't matter how you have these. And diagonals. I just like this stuff like that. You know, I have some sense of aesthetics. It's not perfect, but it's some. Let's see. Okay, so when you get to the point in Stationeers, like I am in this playthrough, where survival is essentially handled, or not, you know, it could be that you desperately need to launch yourself into the air. You know, you could be to the point where you think you're good. I think the rest of my landing pads are right here. Yeah, the vending machine as well. Gonna need the vending machine. I'm just gonna put you right. Oh, I need more vending machine kits. Ah, I forgot. I forgot one crucial thing about the vending machine, and that is that it is no longer a simple kit. It needs several kits, and it's a pretty big nerf to it. And if I want to be honest with it, it's kind of a little bit of a nerf that you need quite a you need 2 kits for it, because this thing is already expensive enough as it is. And then I need an additional couple of kits. Alright, this is going to allow me to connect the landing pad. There we go. Landing pad is done. Just need to turn it on, and yep, all good. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now I can call down any trader whatsoever. Like for example, I could Star Stop, I believe, is a convenience store. Not really someone to care about, but we'll just call him down. So the big thing about trading is you want to upgrade the tiers as quickly as possible. I'm burning through a lot of power. I just realized that this is actually very power expensive. And the only reason you kind of want to upgrade the tiers is so that it just makes your life easier. Like if you were to do Vulcan normally on normal difficulty, or Venus actually, they do give you the a trade box. So it shows that I'm gonna roughly run out of power before this video's end. They give you a trade box, and there's only enough to basically have a small dish, and that's okay. But it's a little bit of a nuisance to work with it, and the reason I say that is because you actually do have to do the dish controlling minigame. It's not bad, but it is something to work with. Now, Star Stop, if I remember right, basically doesn't really. Yeah, they sell me stuff. The question is, do I want to buy this? It's kind of a nuisance to make this. I do need some cash. Holodis. This is why I say it's a convenience store trader. It's got the medical pills. It's got the hand sanitizer. It's got cereal bars, water bottles, some duct tape and stuff. And quite honestly, this stuff would be helpful. But I mean, I only have 200 space credits. It's you know before I had those potatoes growing. If I had this guy, then he would essentially allow me to stabilize. I would be able to buy food and be done with it. Not have to worry about the fact that my food is dwindled. I do want to check the GFG. So, ooh, wow, that's very heavily pressurized in here. Let's see what's going on with my GFG because I could have sworn I told it to grab the power out anal. Is D3. Power out anal. I thought that I was getting that. I'm grabbing it. Adding the timer. Select the timer. I don't think I'm actually doing anything with it. I'm thinking about it. I think it's just set at a hard 2000. Well, I'm an idiot. That's why it's not managing my power correctly, because I'm not doing anything with it. It's like, oh. Well, that's stupid. Come on, Shadow Drake. You should have. But. So basically, I've been noticing that I've been slowly losing power throughout the entire thing. And the reason why is because I never change the set point of the PID. It's been this static 2000. Oh, so okay. All right, okay. So, BRGE if PID timer 120 go to 2. Uh, BR. You know what? BR any. If reset pulse is 0. No, 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 no. BR EQZ. EQZ. Because if the reset pulse is 0, I want it to skip this one right here. And that is move. No. Set PID set point R0. Okay, there we go. The only thing is I can't see what that set point is. Alright. So when that changes, I'm hoping that that gets the set point to be in the right spot now. Okay, I need you to go here. I'm pretty sure I need to check all of that. So my terrain manipulator has been set to I have a terrain manipulator now. Because what I'm going to do is I need to actually get that deep miner region set up. I need to keep an eye on this. Stellar Steam, I believe, is a gas trader despite the name. That is within range. So I'm going to go ahead and call him down because I want to see if I can sell anything. Oh, wow. That's only going to last 3 minutes. Now my GFG is catching up. And it's going to keep it up. See, this is why I wanted it to be... This is why I wanted that to be variable. Because I know that when I'm going to be doing trading, I could put a huge load on the system, which is why I'm going to need the GFG to actually keep up with the power usage. See, it's 68 kilopascal, so that's almost maxed out on power. Especially if I eventually want to use a large dish, and a large dish uses 50 kilowatts of power. And see, now that it's done with the interrogation, you know, I'm generating more power than I should, and once it resets, it's going to go down to 2.94. And I'm going to verify that because, yeah, I need to verify that. Stellar Steam, bringing them down. I want to see if I can sell something to them. There, that's what I wanted to see, that actually adjusts itself dynamically. Okay, so like I was going with this tangent, you've stabilized on survival. Now the question is, what can you do in this game? And this is actually kind of the point in the game where you have a lot of options. As you see, I have a building that isn't anywhere near close to done. Yep, you're the gas trader. You want cake? I could sell you oxides, nitrites, volatiles, and water for some money. I think I should do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Was he buying nitrites? I gotta check again. Yes, he was. He buys nitrites for quite a lot. To be honest, it's not like nitrites is very useful. There, that should be enough. That should give me some ISIS. Yeah, 50 space credits for 100 oxides. It's robbery. Nah, that's better. I should probably just go mine some nitrites. Let's you know what? There's a lot of nitrites everywhere, I believe. Like right underneath my base with all that nickel. Let's do something. I want to go back to that deep miner region because I want to explore it a little bit better to see what it was all about. While I hold that trader hostage to make money. Plus, I need to eat and drink. Because I remember that the trader I want to go is over, that I want to get is over there. And while I'm at it, I might as well shower. 1, 2, 3. That should be enough. So, typically, on a playthrough, before the Terran rework, before the deep miner region change, it actually was better to kind of just get a single deep miner out, get maybe some electric centrifuges out, combustion centrifuges, whatever. Get that out of the way first, because you have essentially infinite resources. With the changes to the fact that the deep miner regions no longer are let me just actually get some frames if I have some somewhere. That's materials. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. 2.5 kilowatts. That is perfect right there. Do I not have any steel frames? No, I have walls. Fine, I'm gonna use iron frames just because. Actually, I really should automate the beacon. I'll do that later. Okay. Definitely agree. One of the best things to do, probably, one of the better things to do is when I have found that deep miner region over there, if you leave a locker there with a trekking beacon, you'll be able to kind of find it easier. And what that allows you to do, come on, turn on, thank you. What that allows you to do, oh boy, hole, is find the region better. I approve that. I approve that. Definitely something to do. Doesn't need much power, and let's just be honest, a small battery on a tracking beacon is extremely potent. And so the reason I'm traveling back to this region that was over here somewhere is that I believe it was a cult. Ah! I mean, I think I put my screensaver to sleep. My screen to sleep mode. Let's just mine this, because this is what I'm going to sell to the trader. I mean, he's selling it for $1. He's buying it for $1. This is easy money. And while I'm at it, I'll be able to then, okay, use the terrain manipulator. Like, oh, okay. Just fill in this hole. Like that. So the next time I try to... Okay, so you know how in Vulcan I tried to use a rover? And failed spectacularly? You remember that? If you haven't watched that video, you know, it's definitely hilarious. It's a good watch. You watch somebody just struggle with one, like an idiot. Okay, it was around here somewhere. And I actually got myself lost right now, because I'm filling in a hole. This thing out? Yeah, it's out. Alright. Back to what I was doing. Okay, and this way. Okay. So, in Vulcan, I try to drive around with the rover. Rover has a lot of holes. I try to push the limits on some stuff. Like, you can kind of see that I try to push limits on some things. There's reasons why sorry, my mouse does not like being moved. Like, the community, for sure, we like to do a lot of things. There's certain things that are just obviously good, obviously bad, and it's just, you know, in general, that's what we tell people as to what to expect. You know, why certain things are good, why certain things are bad. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this nitrite as well. And one of the things that I try to do is kind of push the limits of stuff. Like, look, I understand the opinion. The popular opinion is that the harm suit is not going to be very good, and the reason for that is because there's no jetpack. Like, I get that. I get that. That's actually a valid opinion. It makes sense. It's one of those where, you know, without a jetpack, you are kind of limited in what you do. This, you know, it's a space survival game. I play Space Engineers. Without the jetpack, it just feels like that's just a really tough way to play. Did I dig into a huge hole? Oh boy. I probably shouldn't have gone this far. Now I don't know how to get out. I'll have to dig out, which is a problem. Alright, let's just dig myself out and just cover up the hole. And this works, because I'll just cover up the hole. There we go. Okay, now I remember that there was a... Okay, that should be all that I need as far as nitrous goes. I'm pretty sure I put a pipe out here somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And, oh. Yeah, if I remember right, it was over there. Ugh, you know what? This is going to be a difficult thing. The harm suit helps, but it also hurts. So let's build a rover. Let's actually... I do want to do some tests. I want to see if the rover can actually work. If I put the rover in an enclosed space, would it actually get flown around and damaged like other stuff, or will it actually be okay? I think where I want to go with this, long story short, because I literally forgot what I was doing, is that I want to go and get deep miners out. In Vulcan, I'm more than likely going to be doing predominantly rocketry to get the resources I need, or to get transport between deep miner outposts. Come on, mouse. So because of that, Mars is going to be different. This actually is pretty... fills in holes really well. I like this thing. This thing's actually pretty good. I might actually start to use that in Vulcan. I mean, I have to go mining a lot. I might also build like several dirt canisters and use that to build roads for the rover. Maybe try to get it working better. So basically, I haven't really done a lot of stuff in between the two different playthroughs. I haven't tested a lot of systems out. At the time this video is probably coming out, it's going to be about a week. There we go. I got 1,000 grand. That should be enough. Don't need anything else you have, so go away. No storms. Okay. What's the new 3x3? The new 3x3 is Hydro Harvest Haven. I believe you are a seed trader. So come on down. You're the next contestant in the... Okay, so I think what was the lore? The lore for this region was that I'm a Zrillion trying to keep an eye on Earth and trying to be sneaky. I'm pretty sure this is the opposite of sneaky. Hey, I'm here. Can I get some awesome stuff? Okay, yeah, you're the sea trader. Perfect! If I need something, I can make a ship repair package for 450. There's no way I can get any of this stuff. I could actually build that stuff. Alright. I don't really need ferns. Okay, let's get this stuff. First things first, I need soybeans. I'm gonna need the switchgrass because I think I can try to create a feedback loop where I get a lot of volatile so I can make for my breathing as well as my for fuel. I'm gonna need wheat. I definitely want sugarcane. I want... This is... Okay, yeah, let's get the switchgrass. Ferns are for heal pills. I don't foresee me suffering damage, but let's just be honest. I set the inside of my base on fire. I still have a heal pill. I don't know that I need that. Uh, seeds wise, tomatoes and pumpkin for soup. Let's get cocoa seeds for the chocolate. Let's get some. Let's just vary up my food, and I'm basically out of money. You see, I basically sold all of that nitrice. I barely have enough money for all the seeds and stuff, and I could possibly sell a ship repair package for 450 space bucks, and that'll allow me to buy either corn or pumpkins. But I think I got enough seeds. I don't think I need to buy that. So let's actually expand my greenhouse a bit. So now that I got that, uh, I'm gonna need, of course, more hydroponics trays. So let's go ahead and build a hydroponics tray so that I can actually have more plants. Hydroponic trays. And these things are stupidly costly. How many trays do I need? I think about 5 different kinds of seeds. I bought, yeah, soybeans, wheat. These two have got to be planted. Sugarcane, switchgrass, cocoa, and tomatoes. Yeah, okay, so 6 different kinds of seeds. So we're gonna go ahead and get those going. And let's stop this. Spending all my iron on here. Let's just get another 6. I need wheat and soybean to be grown en masse. The others I can kind of just grow as needed. Now, it's going to take a while before I actually see returns on these seeds, but the fact that I have them now means that I'll get returns on them much sooner. Alright, so let's see. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so this guy is 6x6, so if I remember right, it'll... Oh, I actually have some more trays here. That's perfect. So, from here... 1... It's 1, 2, 3. So let's do that. And then 1, 2. Okay. And then you're just going to be right here. Alright, so with that in mind, I believe I had more liquid pipes that I can get. There we go. A lot more. Oh, there was some right here. Go. Do you know what? Okay. I want wheat here. And I'll save one just in case. Soy here. Let's make sure that the light is 80% as expected. Okay. Get down. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I need to fill these out so that I can have a row of soy, a row of wheat. I might remove that row of potatoes. I want to make sure that's growing poorly. Why are you growing poorly? Do you got light? Yeah, you got light. It's the temperature efficiency. You want it to be at least 30 Celsius, and then we're 24 Celsius. It's my biggest hangup with cocoa is that because it's a tropical plant, if this space is not warm, these things take forever to grow. Absolutely forever. Let's see. Excuse me. I'm gonna plant the switchgrass there because I don't need a lot of potatoes anymore. These potatoes will be food. Okay, so I got my soy, I got my wheat. I need to fill out these so that there's more. There's my tomatoes and the spare seed. And there's my sugarcane and spare seed. All right, perfect. So as far as botanical stuff goes, now should be able to start getting some soy, some wheat, so that I can start making better quality stuff. And I'm gonna need the chemistry station and a reagent processor, so I'm gonna go on ahead and grab that. And swap you right there. Let's go ahead and turn this off. I don't need that to be burning through power. 5x5 void vending. I believe that's a convenience store. So yeah, so in short, all we got is the trader going, and I'm just working on some stuff. What does this need? Iron, electrum, and solder? That's a really weird set of stuff. You know that? Let's just make another 6. That way I can fill out the soy and the wheat. All right. Now I need the reagent processor. It's I need a shower. I do need to set up the shower thing too. I need to process the wastewater because I think I have like about 7 liters of wastewater. And so I thought to myself, I created this right here, but I think I want to create like a rover space like right here. Right here. That way I can get the rover to come here. I have a way to enter and exit. Yeah, like right there. Come up here. Then there's like a small building for the rover right there. And what that will allow me to do is to actually be capable of driving the rover out. Oh, there it is. So let's go ahead and print out a rover. Need some Constantin. Needs Constantin? Oh, right, I gotta get that. So I guess from here, I'm gonna go towards deep mining, but I'm gonna do kind of 2 things. My main goal is, of course, to get my resources via deep mining. But I don't know what will be good because I don't have the map yet filled out for this. So these are thriving, these are thriving, these are growing poorly. They're gonna eventually genetically be modified to grow better. And now with this, I'll be able. Yeah. Now with that, I'll be able to make food. Did I put the potatoes in there? I hope I did. Oh, you know what? Let's just... There we go. more potatoes in here. There we go. Get food in there and drink. This actually comes at a good wrap-up point, to be honest. Yeah, I'm trying not to go too far. I'm trying to have like a set plan for different things. Oops. And that low food quality is such a pain in the butt. It's a huge pain in the butt. I think when I return, I'm gonna print out some basic building materials, some frames and sheets. Because what I want to do is build an enclosure, not fully pressurized enclosure, build a rover in there before a storm hits, and I want to have that as documentation for people, whether a rover needs to be fully enclosed or whether it needs to be the place has to be pressurized or vacuumed or something like that. So with that in mind, I'm gonna go ahead and call it right here. When I return next time on Mars, I'm gonna continue building towards deep miners, but I do want to build a rover just to see if the exploration will work for me having a like a hangar enclosure. Whether that will work for keeping it safe, you know. And if not, then kind of like a room, not fully pressurized. And if it still will get damaged by storm effects like the like solar panels do, even if you build them inside a room, they still get damaged from outside storms. If the rover still gets damaged when inside kind of like a boxed enclosure that isn't, fully enclosed and pressurized, then I'll know for sure that I have to keep the darn thing in a vacuum, which is not something that I want to do. All right, so with that, thank you for your time. Hope to see you. I'm going to let my dude air out, and I'm going to print out some stuff and get the rover enclosure ready. And when it's going to have a storm, for sure, I'll come back to see if that will work out. Again, thank you for your time, and have a good day. Bye bye.